children have 6 things going at once.
Leave all the lights on when they leave.
Well, lights on, that doesn't matter. You can always do lights on. But it's the other shit. Crank the heat, something going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the child had something.
If it's hot outside,
Yeah.
if it's cold
I
outside.
sleep with the window open this much in the winter because the radiators are so hot. Wow. Blast. I have like humidifier going, the windows open and still
For me, that would be ideal to do that. Nice steam heat, and leave a crack in the window so the cold air comes in.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Lightheaded. You didn't eat anything?
Well, Joshua.
No, it's a guy. I mean, it may be more. Sometimes they bring extras that just want to come and watch.
I just like the fact that this is a public hallway.
Lightheaded?
Just the heat in the hallway. It's hot.
I don't know.
Coach. You good? Where's my clock? 5 now? Yeah, we're ready to roll. Oh, you ready? Yeah, we're ready. Yeah.
I'm in a Mary.
What happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. What about all the principals? Because they snuck them in the back. Curtis. 4 and Curtis. There's Curtis. He's come right here. 4 and Curtis. I'm 4 and Curtis. In that group?
Nothing currently.
Yeah, he's gonna take that suit. You good? All right, good.
Stay ready, they just might be setting them up.
I think that's exactly
I
what's
don't know
happening.
if you're using your cell phone. Yeah, that's that.
They say we brought him through the judge's chambers.
Oh,
The world there.
You had to put it down with it. Like my head, I still feel kind of. Put it down.
There's a cafeteria on the first floor. And you're getting those
You know what? I think that I didn't eat like nutritiously for breakfast. So I think that's just
Yeah. Important. Oh, I get some eggs now. Yep. Pretty good price too. Hmm?
And that's that.
Not working. Yeah, they already. I saw that.
Both sides?
Emil Bow. Emil Bow.
Get nothing.
I did not see him.
Him himself is fine, right, with the audio?
What?
Him himself.
Yes. Nice that the camera on them was out of focus. Yep.
Wow.
I felt great about it.
Well, Trump has just like had his head on.
Yep.
I didn't realize you can't shoot the back of his head when you walked in.
It's always been the rule. Remember? We shut it down.
Yeah. Never do it again.
Just don't move it.
No.
You don't want to be
It's not a good photo anyway.
It's going to be at least 15, 12 minutes, probably longer.
All right, the defendant, you have anything to say before I pass sentence? That's where they might go on.
something now before.
Oh, they're going to give him a chance to speak?
Yeah, you always get a chance.
I shot it at 24, I shot it at 35, I shot it at 50.
See, the problem is he's disseminating so much bad information, it just causes a fire. Say, if his mouth is moving, he's lying.
Still waiting for Brian.
On his left.
Oh.
No, he's not allowed in here.
There was a specific amount.
Sorry, Lev, but it's cool.
Yeah, I have a list.
So here, right here, so it can go quick.
Like I said, you might have a few minutes right now.
Yeah, hopefully it's gonna remember.
Did anybody come of the lawyer or no, nobody's come?
Somehow they're all silent. How did he get in?
Back there, and then
Let him in.
looks like it.
He's,
I know, he's a lawyer.
you're not allowed in here, Lev. It's cool.
Okay.
No, it's cool. Fuck out. Jesus.
Are you okay? Okay, here's the deal. They brought everybody in the back of the court. If you want to go warm up, I'll let you know when it's over. And maybe let us get to the voting place. Maybe that's probably where the door is.
That would be the next place to
Go
go.
warm up, I'll give you a heads up. Two prosecutors, but they won't be three, it'll just be a vote. All right?
Polaris. It's an agency.
He doesn't also see the fee. I mean, meaning he's a contributor,
Yeah.
No?
not a stringer. I think.
He's not.
I like Lev a lot.
I like him too, but
Rodden, Reagan.
Oh, Leslie, that was, I don't know.
We met in the just negative. So you still may be okay.
What's up, Jeff?
Can't feel my feet, otherwise.
You gonna stay up there all morning? Or you gonna stay up
Climb up to the next floor, like, goodness, wait for you. Very good.
right at the end.
Nice holidays.
I don't celebrate. I'll celebrate again in the fiscal year. What'd you say?
I said you're a very generous man, and you generally give really nice gifts.
Yeah, I didn't give you your envelope yet.
Yeah, where's my envelope?
Yeah, I know.
That looks like a 60. Nobody at court with a 60.
Pointer.
Yeah. Yeah. And but it's back focus. The flag, the focus was on his flag.
Is it usable? Is it usable?
But I mean, it's the TV. It looks like shit.
No.
So are we still waiting for you or not?
We've been in the house. Marshawn is like bringing us back. See him?
Maybe they'll come out this way.
Maybe.
Otherwise, we'll go to
Just
Husky.
vote, just vote. The other team, they
Bove is the short guy with the ball. That's what I was saying earlier.
Bove is.
We know.
Yeah. So he might come out.
He should
Didn't
have,
go in.
he should have gone in this way. We should have shown
We never saw him.
I know we did.
I just don't want to hear that he's telling me that I missed it.
We definitely did not.
Oh, we can use that as a percent anything. As long as it's not their fault.
Right.
So cover their ass game?
Yeah.
No, Umar, it's pool.
Who lets them in?
Where's that?
Well, protest? It's that guy right there.
I got Dave out there, so.
Maybe not. It's okay by the 17th. Continue.
Where's Bo? Oh, there he is. Okay. I didn't see the two front teeth.
So nothing moved yet? You want to do first?
Okay, so there's nothing going on in this hallway. The lawyers and the prosecutors went into the judge's chambers. I have a lot of attorneys waiting in. You see a picture of outside of the Trump flag. Maybe I should go up there and do that work instead. Oh, Farrington's there? Okay, all right, very good. All right, I'm here. Okay, bye-bye.
Where's Bill at the protest?
He's outside.
Okay, let me say hi to him.
Yes, I don't have to worry about that. Good, excellent.
Did he say how many people were there?
No, I just saw a picture.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't speak to him, but there's a giant flag out there.
Really?
Yeah. It seems like it's 12 feet wide.
Hey, Bill, Tom, I'll be down as soon as this is over, period. Stay warm.
For the future, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for a few more.
Looks like the kid waiting outside the principal's office.
Because we have ladders in the courtroom in the press room. Oh, geez. And I didn't think they were going to last this morning, so let me just bring one from my office.
No, it's important.
But these are good. These are super light. And, you know, for a short fellow like me, so. You know, I'm not like Justin Lane, where I just tower over it. And put my arm up like this, and it's 14 feet in the air.
Are you going back there?
Sure am.
Can you put these on the cart, please?
The first 10 frames are like wacky colors.
Well, most of the courtrooms in this building have those energy-saving lights.
Yeah, I
So
know.
if you shoot a blast of 3, one's green, one's red, one's normal.
No, it's not like it's select.
What, the bulbs are changing color?
They vary in
They
frequency.
cycle.
Are you able to check to see mine room? I haven't tested the service.
If yours went through, oh, I can't see what drops into our server. No. If I have to get my laptop out to log.
Pictures.reuters.com.
You didn't get a test?
No, I didn't get a bill.
A what?
I didn't get a bill. I set it up and
Dave got the bat.
And it got a fail?
Dave got the bat.
I mean,
I got one through this morning and
it's
it's
30 feet long.
So,
Hollywood props.
Yeah? They're not cheap.
You can buy them. You used to be able to buy them from Tesla. Yeah. Yeah.
You get a can of flammable liquid and you hold a match in front of it when you spray it. It's the same thing.
Well, I don't know if it's that or it just says flamethrower. Looks like a propane tank. Nozzle.
All right.
That's all.
That's the stuff you huff at night, right? You get the whipped cream and you huff it.
No, that's
Wait,
that's nitrous oxide.
yeah.
This is propane.
New York Magazine just did a whole story on everybody using nitrous oxide these days to get high. Well, they found one woman who got addicted.
Get addicted to.
I love it.
Oh, that's it? Oh, what do you got? That's the Ken's name. They don't have a no cell phone. Just ask something on that. That's the Pacific Coast Highway.
It's the same amount of stairs.
Brandon.
Yeah.
At home.
It's been going on for like 9 months.
All the way back to when we were stuck in that park, right? Showing through the double fence.
It's kind of stuff to be in the sitting while he sits in Mar-a-Lago.
Yep. Curtis, your stuff went through. Yeah, all the pool picks are
It
dropping.
was organized since the beginning of the trial, so, yeah. So it's like.
He's asking for explanations
That are
now.
approved and they rotate, so, yeah.
It's part of the pool.
It's a free.
Pool is formed. Pool was
You know, the
created
fire
a year ago.
Prospect Park was just about
I can't hear you.
You had a fire in Prospect Park about a month ago?
Yeah?
Nothing. Heard about that?
Yeah?
That was also a homeless person. So I was up there every next day. All this cooking and stuff was in the wood, all burned up. Grills, even microwaves. Yeah, people throwing out their Christmas trees. He's using the flamethrower to light the Christmas trees on.
Just terrible what goes on in this world. Greg, isn't there anything you could do about that?
The sad thing is I've never been to LA, so I haven't seen it. I've been to San Francisco and San Diego, but not LA. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. You know, now they say the Hollywood Bowl is in jeopardy again.
Always in jeopardy.
Yeah.
I used to live right there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's a hill, and it's all just like shitty, dry stuff all around it. It's terrible.
So it's like the mountains come down real quick, down to
Yeah, well,
to
those,
the base.
that's the Hollywood Hills.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, boom, there's like Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
And then the ocean.
Yeah. Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. Then,
Pacific Coast Highway.
no, Pacific Coast Highway. This Sunset Hollywood.
Perpendicular.
Yeah, and you know the major. There's 4 major roads. Then the 10, then the 101 basically caps it. The 101.
Don't forget the
cuts
5.
it. Yeah.
The
Or
5.
sorry, the 5. The 10 is the parallel.
Is the 5 the one that goes out to Santa Monica?
5, yes.
Okay. Ventura. Is that Ventura Highway?
What do they
The
call
5?
Sing a few bars so we know what you mean.
Well, you know, they're all from Riverside.
Yeah.
Their parents were army brats, so they were stationed in London, and they didn't want anybody to think that they were British. So that's why they named the band America. But their first album was all, you know, they have a song called Riverside, and Ventura Highway, of course, as you know. All of this, you know, homesick for Southern California. Have you been, John?
Who did that? Tom Blanchard. I was there.
Todd Blanche.
Tuesday.
Oh,
He was at the appeals court.
oh, okay. Not here. Oh, all right. Now they're saying there's fires in San Diego? No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes? Oh my God.
Santa Ana's been blowing, baby. The whole, up and down.
Yeah. Well, I think
The
that
clock winds,
close to 100, right?
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think the climatologists, I don't think they factored in. You can factor in heat, you know, temperature rise, ice cap melt, sea level rise, but I don't know if they factored in the increase in winds. You know, we work outside, right? Did you notice like there's wind all the time, not even when there's no storm? I've noticed, yeah. Blue sky, you know, the old days, if the storm was coming, you might get a little wind before the storm.
Check.
Of course, during. Now you have 2 weeks of blue sky, and it's 40-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, but that wasn't always like that. That was only when it was attached to storms coming in and leaving. That 2 weeks of wind, blue sky. I think the climate change is making the winds higher. And that's of course, the irony of course is that that's good for wind turbines. What's the difference if the whole country's going down? Doesn't matter how much wind you have for wind turbines, half the country goes down. It's the great joke and irony of this whole thing.
There was an explanation on, listening to an NPR thing, was explaining it all the other day.
What was the gist of it?
I'm trying to remember. I didn't pay that much attention. I was driving.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Actually.
I mean, I was listening, but not listening. Oh, wait. E-M-I-L.
Jesus. Oh, my God. You want to get down, Jeff?
Yeah.
Tell him.
I just sent you that.
Is that too tight over there?
Watching the next week.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, this.
This was a case that Alvin Bragg did not want to bring. He thought it was inappropriately handled before he got it. A gentleman was brought in from a law firm. It was criminal what he did. He was involved with my political opponent. It was a legal expense. Experts who are no friends of mine have said this case should have been brought.
This is a quote from Trump.
This is not a case that should not have been brought. There were legal expenses. Yeah, well, so he sold gold sneakers to cover it.
Who's saying this?
Trump.
Oh, he's speaking right now?
Obviously, this did not work. I won. Well, no,
Well, you didn't.
not in this
Did you,
universe.
asshole?
Well, he won.
Oh, being
He
convicted.
he won being elected.
Oh, is that what he meant?
They're one and the same. You can't be in trouble if you're in charge.
Anybody else?
Kind of like you can deface the Capitol building, but it's okay.
As long as you wear a MAGA hat. It's fine as long as you wear a red hat.
Yeah.
I mean, all the other defendants still have to face trial.
What other defendant?
Well, you've got the defendants down at Mar-a-Lago moving those boxes around, like Malta and some other guy, I can't remember his name. And then, of course, all the January 6 folks, they're all in deep shit too. So.
They're about to be pardoned.
Pardon.
Yeah, but they still got to pay for lawyers, right? They still got to show up in court and all that. I mean, it's a nightmare.
Well, they have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're not pardoned yet, anyway.
You know. Well, they should have to pay because they fucking defaced the Capitol.
Exactly. Yeah, we probably have to pay for those repairs anyway.
We did.
And we're paying for all the security for this building every time we back up.
Trump says I was under a gag order. I assume I'm still under it. I'm totally
That I'm
innocent.
fine with. I
did
just don't
nothing
like the
wrong.
defacing of the Capitol.
The business records were
I
accurate.
love that building.
Nobody wants to hear this? All right, I'll
Yeah, no.
get it. Go ahead. Talk to
Jeff,
Brad.
listen.
You know the door that
What live plug are you on?
Matt, Inner City Press.
Snake bite. Can't sneak past you.
it looked like that door that Ashley Babbitt climbed through. That was like a 100-year-old wooden door.
Okay, he's done talking. You have a gentleman sitting right there who was with the Department of Justice. He got them to move on it. They called it lawfare. I'd just like to explain I was treated very, very unfairly. Thank you very much, Judge Mershon. Thank you, Mr. Trump. So that's that. He had what he had to say. Mershon's going to pass sentence, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Well, I was like, I think it's like Trump. I got super hydrated when I was young.
like I don't have like internet or something.
No, they're encouraging you to do it.
I will do it.
Get it done.
I know.
Unless you want to stay in New York.
Is it coming to an end yet?
It's likely yes.
So I can be drunk by noon and in bed by 1?
Looks like they're bringing everybody out the back door again.
What's the purpose of that?
Ask Bragg, don't ask me.
Because they are concerned that if people see their pictures, the MAGA people will come after them.
And they're probably not wrong to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron, is it over? Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Nearing an end.
Huh?
Nearing an end.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, look what happened with those two poll workers down in Atlanta, right? They had to move.
Yep.
They were threatened.
Yep.
I mean, one woman's what, 75 years old? or
Yep.
something like
They broke into her house.
that? Yeah, I mean,
Judge Bershad, I have sentenced countless defendants, sex trafficking and homicide. This circumstance is unique. This has been an extraordinary case, media, but once the courtroom doors closed, it was just a trial, jury selection continued. So he's about to pass sentence.
Who is the fed?
so he's just going to get
Conditional discharge.
conditional. So then that even like probation?
Now, it doesn't matter, he's a felon.
I had conditional discharge once. It was terrible. It was green and oozy. It was right out of my arm.
You should be on
You ate
TV,
that,
then I
you
can
ate
tell
all
you.
those jalapenos in Mexico. Came out through your skin. You don't want anything with the word discharge. But this guy's the luckiest guy alive, right? Like, it's amazing how many things he's wiggled out of.
It's over, where do we go?
Jack Smith, those two cases, that's unbelievable. I mean, how much money did that cost the taxpayer to do that work?
Rashad, it is my obligation to consider all aggravating factors already in my Sandoval ruling and other rulings. The protections afforded to the office of the president are not a mitigating factor, but they are a legal mandate.
Interesting. A legal
It
mandate.
means he's just not gonna face any punishment, that's what that means.
Well, he already said that.
Yep, no punishment. I wanna know why they didn't haul Deutsche Bank in, and all the other banks that were complicit in this. I mean, he said it many times, the banks didn't complain, they made money. They made plenty of money. What, they don't have their own appraisers? Tell the banks what the buildings are worth? Come on.
Sorry, still got this.
Still going? Almost, oh, you're scaring us. I know. That's the second time she came running out of that door. Jesus. We need to be aggressive.
I don't know.
Lunch.
Is it noon already? Right, Jeff?
I'm just gonna do this leapfrog. I need a new back and a new spine. I need a chiropractor. No, that doesn't help. Fuck you up. I don't think I got it.
Yes, you're gonna hold.
You were the second photo. You were the second photo. You were the second photo.
Wait. It wasn't slow icon. And?
Yep.
With your card, please, Rosanna. Return your cards, please. Cards, please. Cards, please. Green cards out, guys. Green cards out. Green cards out.
I don't know where my card is.
Green cards out, guys. Return your cards. Green cards out. Green cards out, hand them over there. Green cards out.
Writing. The blurb, as we call it.
Green cards over there, hand them over there. Green cards out, guys. Folks.
I have it, that's all I'll say.
Green cards out. Blue cards out, please. Green cards out. Return your cards, please. Green cards out. Green cards are being collected. Green cards out. Now, there's more on there. Please return your cards. Green cards out. Green cards are being collected. Keep walking this way. Green cards out. Don't think the elevator's working. Return your cards, please. Thank you very much. Return your cards down there. Green cards out. Keep the card out. They're being collected. Keep the green cards out. Green cards out.
Oh, that was fun.
Green cards out. They're being collected. Green cards out. No?
Thank you. Yeah. For whatever reason, when I opened
Green cards out. They're fine like this. Green cards out. They're being collected.
I left mine. I told her to make her. I lost mine. Get away to the cocktail vector? Or?
You don't have it on?
Yeah, I didn't have it when I went. Can I ask how big? Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Elevator's right here.
It's just a fiction.
next time.
This one next, see if we have difficult.
This means that he will get no jail time, no probation, no fines. It just becomes part of the official record for Donald Trump. Now, in court today, my colleague Morgan Mackay was in court, and she was sending information to us saying that inside the courthouse, inside that courtroom there, that Donald Trump was leaning in and he was listening intently to the judge. He was also listening as prosecutors spoke. And then Trump had the opportunity to speak as well. And he said, quote, "This has been a very terrible experience and a setback for the New York court system." He says the payment that he made to his former fixer, Michael Cohen, the $130,000 that Cohen had paid to Stormy Daniels and then Trump reimbursed him for, Trump continues to say it was only a legal expense, that he never did anything wrong, he did not break the law. He goes on to say what he has said many times in the past. He called this a political witch hunt to try and keep him from running for the election again this time around. He said they tried to prevent him from doing that. They tried to prevent him from winning. He said it was just a political witch hunt, and in the end, it did not work because he won the election in November. He said that the people of America understand what happened here and that, quote, "I was treated very, very unfairly." Now, Donald Trump and his legal team, they had their political strategy is they tried to stretch this out as long as possible. They kept delaying this case and delaying this case and delaying this case in the hope that it would get delayed beyond the point from when he is going to be inaugurated on January 20th. And then the case would have basically gone away until his term was over 4 years from now. That strategy in the end did not work because it got him to this day today, and he ended up getting sentenced. Now, it was early on Wednesday morning that his legal team had appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene on his behalf, saying that he was protected by presidential immunity and that any actions he took would be protected because that's what the U.S. Supreme Court ruled back in July, that presidents enjoy the benefit of presidential immunity. However, the prosecutors in this case, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, they have maintained all along that he does not enjoy presidential immunity, and the reason is most of the activity happened before he became president. It happened during the campaign. So at this stage, I'm going to try and put my IFB back in here. Bianca, can you hear me now? Can you talk to me for a moment so I know that I can hear you?
Yeah, can totally hear you.
Okay,
Thanks
great.
for breaking
Thank
that down
you.
for us.
Okay, good. And I have Morgan Mackay here now. Thanks, Danny. Go ahead, put that on. Just do it. I have my colleague Morgan Mackay here. Morgan, come on in. Now, Morgan, you were in the, and thanks for racing down so quickly. I know it's been crazy inside. Yeah. So you were inside the courtroom. He was not here physically. He was here virtually. So you guys were watching him on a monitor. But do me a favor. Talk to me about his demeanor, because I know at one point you said he was really leaning in, listening intently.
Exactly. Now, he walked inside, the judge walked inside, and when he sat down on the bench, that's when we saw President-elect Donald Trump sitting in a window screen on both monitors at the front of the courtroom and then in front of the benches of both lawyers. Now, the judge kicked off remarks, welcoming everybody. Then prosecutors took their turn, and they outlined just the intensity of this case. And they also said that, they must be mindful that Trump is going to be sworn in as president, but they say that his actions before, during, and after the trial really eroded the trust in the justice system. And they said that if there was any other defendant, they might be asking for a little bit of a harsher sentence. But they say because he is set to take office, that they understand that the only sentencing that makes sense is unconditional discharge. Then the judge gave Todd Blanche, Trump's lawyer, a chance to speak. And Blanche really said that this case is very inappropriate. He said it was only brought forward once Trump made it clear that he was planning to run for president. And he said the only sentence that would make sense is unconditional discharge, although they disagree that any sentencing would be making sense. And they also confirmed that they will be appealing this. And then the judge gave Trump a chance to speak, and he said that he was persecuted throughout this entire trial. He called it a witch hunt. He said he referenced a gag order that he was under, prohibiting him from being able to talk about the case, and was just very upset about that as well. And he said that they are going to be appealing, but he was just very disappointed about how everything was handled by prosecutors and everyone involved.
Okay, now, when Trump was talking, did he appear angry? Did he appear belligerent? Or was he more humble in his speaking?
Well, and so that was one of the things prosecutors brought up, was that Trump hasn't shown, they said, any remorse for his actions. Now, Trump, you know, he wasn't, as we've seen him sometimes, a little more animated, a little more frustrated. He was pretty even-toned. You could tell he was obviously still frustrated to be there. He was leaning forward, and he was actually leaning forward throughout the entire thing. And when he was speaking, he was also leaning forward, and he was just very clear that, you know, this was very unfair to him, and he spoke about how this case was only brought forward after many prosecutors turned down bringing forward this case. And he said that the only reason that District Attorney Alvin Bragg brought this forward was because he made a campaign promise. Now, the judge, he called it, the whole trial, a paradox. He said outside there were protesters, and inside, though, when the door was closed, Trump was just like any other criminal defendant that he has handled in the past. And he said that under the law, he is required to sentence Trump. And he said that in one power that Trump's presidential office does not have is the ability to erase a jury's verdict. He also mentioned briefly, and I heard you talking about it earlier, is that presidential immunity ruling by the Supreme Court. And that is something that they had to take into account and why they had to delay sentencing for so long. But he said he looked at all of it, and he said it didn't change the fact that a jury had found Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records in an effort to influence the 2016 presidential election.
And try to cover up the payment so that it would not have any type of negative effect on him while he was running for president. The other thing, too,
Exactly.
you know, you're talking about the Manhattan DA's office. You know, Alvin Bragg, prosecutors again, and you just alluded to this, is that they made the point of saying that the jury was, quote, unanimous and decisive, and that must be respected, that you can't go ahead and just throw out the entire case, and that the president does not enjoy presidential immunity in this case because the actions that he took, that he was convicted of, happened before he was inaugurated in 2016.
Exactly, and but Trump's lawyers have been arguing that some of the witness testimony that was used during the trial, some of the evidence that was used during the trial, was during the time that Trump was in office. So they said that should mean that the entire case would be thrown out. But prosecutors argued that there was a lot more to the case than just the couple of tidbits of information. There were some emails. There was also some people that were with Trump in office that were testifying as well. And so they said that all of that together, that didn't account for the entirety of their case that they brought forward, and which Trump was ultimately convicted for.
Right, and in court today, and you heard this firsthand again because Morgan was inside the courtroom watching all of this happen, and again, the president appearing virtually, he was not physically here, but that the prosecutor also brought up the point that President-elect Trump has threatened to punish anybody involved in this case. Talk to me about that.
So he did. He said, the prosecutor said that Trump has threatened to punish anyone involved. He said that, Trump has threatened to dismantle certain parts of the justice system. He said that Trump really eroded the trust of the American people in the justice system and was continuously attacking those involved. Trump didn't really go into detail in response when he was speaking about that point. As we've seen on social media, he has made several attempts to threaten at times, even the judge's law clerk. And that's another thing that prosecutors brought up, was that Trump was found in violation at least 10 times of certain things like his gag order, for example. Before that, which led to the gag order, was because of some of these comments that he was making.
And what was Trump's demeanor when the prosecutor was talking about that, about him threatening people, anybody that's involved with the case, and also the court clerk? And he's also made many negative comments about Judge Juan Merchan himself.
Exactly. He was, again, just when it started, he leaned forward and he just stared very intently at his screen and was just leaning forward. And you could tell his face was just more, looking down at the screen than anything else. But he wasn't super agitated. He wasn't leaning back. During the trial, he would lean back quite a bit. He would cross his arms and he would huff or at certain points. But this time around, he was actually very demure. He was very just really focused on what was happening, but not really reacting.
Okay. Bianca, I understand that you have a question. What is it? And I can relay it to Morgan.
Yeah, I think the question actually maybe more so for you, Linda, because just wrapping this up, we know that he's gotten no penalty for this hush money case. However, he still will be the first president that will become a felon in the White House. So what implication does that have, if any, considering the way this previous election just went?
Okay, well, it appears at this point it's not going to have any implication at all. He won the election. The American people knew what he was charged with. They knew that he was convicted in this case, 34 felony counts last May, and apparently they didn't care because they reelected him, and he is going to be inaugurated on January 20th. And again, his legal team tried to stretch this out beyond that inauguration on January 20th, but their legal strategy in this case didn't work.
Appreciate that, Linda. Again, just to wrap this up, as we have to leave right now, no probation, no jail time, and no fires. According to Linda, as she said there, as Trump was not given any penalty for his hush money case, but again, still the first president as a felon entering the White House. We're going to have more on what this all means coming up on the Noon. Stay with us as we break this down.
This has been a Fox 5 special report.
I believe so.
Okay, if you have it in you, it'd be great. I'll see you then.
Yeah, no, I think I'm on call all day, meaning, I guess for the Noon, and then Chad said he's gonna, I guess, see for the 3 p.m.